Good morning, students. Today we will read a very simple topic, sentences. Students, all of you know about sentences. We can read the definition as a group of words that gives complete sense is called a sentence. For example, I say that I am teaching the topic sentences. So here, this is the sentence which I have spoken to you. One more example. I am a teacher. You are a student. So these are the examples of sentences. Students, when you speak a sentence, its meaning is clearly understood. Right? For example, if you say, suppose I said this example that I am a teacher. If I say I am or if I say a teacher, will you understand the meaning? No, you will not understand the meaning. Why? Because I need to give the full sense to my sentence, and that will be given when the sentence will be made up of subject and predicate. So, you can say a group of words which give complete sense is a sentence, or you can say that a sentence is made up of subject and predicate. As it is visible in the notes in front of you, a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Students, you already know that subject is always a noun or a pronoun. For example, Reena is washing utensils. Here, Reena is subject. And if I replace Reena with pronoun, so what would I say? I would say that she is washing utensils. So here again, she is subject and it is a pronoun. So it's very much clear to you that subject is always a noun or a pronoun, right? Now the next, predicate. The verb part goes with it. Students, in a sentence, we can say that a sentence is always made up of a subject. We may have two subjects, we may have, more than two subjects, right? So, a sentence is made up of a subject and predicate. And how you are going to identify the two parts? The subject is the doer of the action, it is always a noun or a pronoun, right? For example, the lion roars in the forest. So the lion is subject and roars in the forest is predicate part. So you can easily remember that the verb part goes with predicate. For example, he runs on the track. Here, he is subject, he is the doer of the action, and runs on the track, this full part is predicate. Students, if I write only this part, runs on the track, will the meaning be clear to you? No. So it needs a subject to be added, only then the meaning will be clear. So it becomes as a whole, he runs on the track. Now let us see type of sentences. Number one is statement, or you can say declarative sentence. Students, declarative sentence or statement is further of two types. For example, it may be affirmative or assertive sentence. Students, as the name suggests, affirmative or assertive means when the sentence is positive. It doesn't include any note or never, right? For example, I am a boy, I am a girl, I am studying English, right? And negative sentence is the one which has a negative sense. For example, I am not studying, I am not a boy, etc. Now, declarative sentence begins with proper subject and takes a full stop. Students, here I have made a sign of full stop, right, in the bracket, and also ends in a subject. So students, how are you going to identify whether the given sentence is declarative? So it's very simple. You just remember two things. First, it always begins with a proper subject and it always ends in full stop, and it also includes an object. So you can say a simple sentence. Your simple sentence is a statement or declarative sentence. For example, she has gone to school. This is affirmative. And she has not gone to school. This is negative sentence. And as a whole, we can say that these two are the examples of statement sentence or declarative sentence, right? Now let's move to interrogative sentence. This is not new for you. You already know that that in the sentences where we ask the questions, it always carries a question mark, right? So it asks a question and takes question marks. Here I have made the sign of question mark inside the bracket, right? So at the end of this sentence, there will be a question mark. So whenever there comes a question mark at the end of this sentence, it would always be an interrogative sentence. Now students, see the example. What is your name? So what's your name? It's question mark at the end, and the question begins with WH. How are you? Where are you going? What do you like? Etc. Right? So question may be asked by WH, or question may be asked by helping verbs. For example, am I your friend? Do you like tea? Can you help me? Right? Is he your friend? Question mark, etc. So you should remember two things in mind. First of all, whenever you write an interrogative sentence, you must ask a question, and the question can be asked by WH family or by helping verb, right? Now let's move to imperative sentences. It begins with the main verb and gives instruction or order or command or request and ends in a full stop. Always remember, just like your declarative sentence, this sentence also ends in full stop. Then what is the difference? See, your declarative sentence was beginning with a subject, but your imperative sentence is beginning with the main verb. Go away from here. Go is the main verb. Main verb, you can say action verb, right? Do your work neatly. This do is again your action verb, your main verb. So the sentences which begins with main verb, they are always an imperative sentence. And students, never confuse if you are asked, for example, please help me, full stop. So this sentence will also be an imperative sentence, right? Why? Because please you have put for the request, and this sentence is surely beginning with verb help. Help is main verb. Please, comma, help me, full stop. This is also imperative sentence, right? Now let's go to exclamatory sentence. It shows certain feeling of excitement, fear, surprise, disgust, etc. It ends with an exclamatory mark. So students, when you show certain strong feelings, and the feelings can be of happiness, it can be the feeling of showing fear. Suppose you are surprised to see something. Suppose you are you are feeling disgusting, you are feeling irritated to see something. Then also you put exclamatory mark. Now let us see the example. What a pity. What a pity. It carries exclamatory mark. So of course this is exclamatory sentence. And students, exclamatory sentences, they can also be formed by two ways. Either you put exclamatory mark at the end. What a pity. How funny the clown is. What a beautiful scene. Exclamatory mark, right? And see, ouch, oh, ah, alas, wow, hurrah, etc. These are some of the interjectory words, right? And you are to put exclamatory mark after interjectory word and not at the end. Just always remember it. Ouch! Exclamatory mark. I cut my finger. Full stop. Right? So you can see here in the example that exclamatory sentences are also formed in two ways. Right? Now let us read some of the examples so that the concept maybe better gets into your mind. Number one, she is a successful writer. Students, this sentence begins with subject and ends in full stop. This is of course declarative sentence. You can say this is a statement. You can also say that this is assertive sentence or an affirmative sentence, right? Then how well she sings. Here you are showing your feeling of excitement that how well she sings, right? So this is exclamatory sentence, and moreover it carries exclamatory mark at the end. So it's very easy to identify that this is exclamatory sentence, right? Then question is asked, what is your name? And it carries question marks. So of course it is interrogative sentence, right? Now number 4, did I say anything to make you angry? Question mark. This is again question is asked with the help of helping verb. Did I say? Okay, a question is asked, that's why this is interrogative sentence. Please pass the lemon day. Right? You are requesting somebody, and in requesting you are making an imperative sentence. See, please pass. Pass is the main verb. Pass the lemon day. So this is imperative sentence. I want to become a writer. This is very simple to identify. This is beginning with subject and ending in full stop. So this is declarative sentence. Don't eat the cake until it is cooled. This is again imperative. You can identify very well. Why? Because it is beginning with main verb do not. Right? Was Abraham Lincoln the 16th president? Here you are asking the question with the helping verb was. So this is interrogative sentence. Now if you wish your friend birthday, so you will wish that person in a mood of excitement. So how would you say happy birthday, right? So this is exclamatory sentence. Now you are talking in the class and teacher says to you, sit quietly. So teacher is ordering you, and this sentence is beginning with the main verb. That's why this is imperative sentence. I hope you have understood well. Thank you. Have a nice day.